For this video, we've got a new drawing. It's called New Office Project Final.dwg. You'll recognize the drawing from various videos in various chapters. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the count function in AutoCAD, which is another great drawing management tool. Quickest way to get to it is to go to the View tab on the ribbon, and it's going to be one of the palettes, and it's this one here, Count. Click on Count and it will open up the Count palette. Now what I'm going to do is put the Count palette over here on the left, and I'm just going to pan the drawing over a little to the right, like so that you can see what's going on. Now what this does is it counts the blocks in your drawing. Now for example, you'll notice the leaf block has 160 count. That's all the little leaves on each of these blocks here, the plants. The plants, there's 4 of them, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 4 chairs, 3 desks. You've got 1 dynamic door. Remember, we made a dynamic block of the door, for example. Now, the count is incredibly useful because it allows you, when you click on them, to highlight them as well. So when I click on plant, it highlights the 4 incidents of the plants. If I go to office workstations, you can see they're highlighted nicely there in green. And if I go for the dynamic door, that highlights as well. Not only is the count tool a great way of locating blocks, but it's also a great way of highlighting blocks when you need to find them in your drawings. Another great little piece of functionality is you can create a table. Now, if I click on Create Table and just tick the box at the top, I want everything in the table, and click on Insert, there's my little table there. I'll click, and it's placed it in the drawing for me. So what I can do now is I can close the count palette, close the count mode here. Now you'll notice as well here we've got some functionality just before we close it. We can count objects in a specified area if you want to. We can also, if we hover over this one, you'll see here we've got various tools as well that are coming in. So there's a count field that I can add that adds to the current count value. And if I hover over this one, it'll select the objects in the count. So there's some clever stuff going on there. So at the moment, if I went here and selected that object in the count, so just here, this one here, it'll actually now select that door for me. And when I close the count mode, it disappears again, you'll notice. So it's only in the count mode will it select them. But that's useful because you can select them and obviously work out where they are. And you can check that they work as well. So for example, the dynamic door, I could have clicked on the flip just to see whether it was working or not. Now, if I zoom in on the table, you'll notice these are all fields as well. So these counts are field data like we put in the table previously in a previous chapter. So for example, if I deleted this big plant here, like so, let's just erase that from the drawing like so. So what I did there was I just hit the delete key on the keyboard instead of right click and erase. So at the moment it says we've still got 4 plants, you'll notice. But if I do a regen of the drawing now, you'll notice that plant value updates to 3. So when you start deleting and adding blocks, those counts will update accordingly for you in your count table as well. It's a really useful quantity tool. So you can check all of the bits and pieces that are in your drawing and present at that point in time when you create that table from the count palette.